and welcome to healthyhouseplants.com, where we teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. If you'd like to support our show, please use our Amazon affiliate link below. Today I'm going to talk about why you want to replace the water that you're rooting plants in on a regular basis. So like these plants here that are getting rooted in water and actually doing really good with getting those roots, these are getting definitely ready to be put into soil here. This one I just started actually, so it doesn't have any roots yet. So you want to replace the water on a regular basis, because if you don't, it becomes toxic after a while. So if you've ever smelled something really nasty and then figured out it was the water that your rooting houseplants were in, you're smelling the toxins, okay? So you want to replace the water before that happens. Generally speaking, it'll be about once a week. It may be a little bit more often than once a week if you got a big drinker like this guy here. So you do want to, as mentioned, change the water, because what happens is initially when you put the plants in the water, they take out, and this is true if you're using rainwater, snow water, well water, and also tap water, some bottled waters. This isn't going to be the case with distilled water, which doesn't have any minerals, but all those other forms of water will have some minerals in them. So what happens is the plant takes the minerals out of the water to grow really nice and pretty, like this guy here, which is a nice deep green leaves on this Hoya. And so at first it's great because it's taking all the minerals and it's having a good time and it's got water to grow the roots, etc. But what happens after a time, after it's taken up all the minerals, it starts to turn toxic because there's nothing left in there for it to absorb, and then so it basically becomes a negative situation, whereas it started out a positive situation. So you do want to replace the water, as mentioned, about once a week. Check it about once a week. The water will be cloudy, it'll be murky at first, and when it smells is when it's really been in there way too long, okay? So you will see what happens if when you change on a regular basis, you're going to have a really healthy plant. Not only healthy roots, but you're also going to have healthy plant on top with nice green, dark green, really pretty leaves. This one is the same plant, came from the same plant. You'll see that it's a little yellowy. It's not quite as green as this one yet. That's because there was a mother plant that had needed fertilizing, and so I took this off to root more and when during some pruning there, and so I can make more plants. And this is going to green up into this nice green color eventually too, once it gets more nutrients through the water. So remember to check before it starts to smell. If it is smelling, change it right away. Use warm to tepid water whenever you replace the water in the containers where you're rooting, as cold water will shock the roots, can shock the plant, can affect the root growth, can even cause root dieback. So always warm to tepid water, and that's the same for when you're watering your plants in soil as well. So there you go for why you want to replace the water in the containers where you are rooting plants on a regular basis. Thank you for stopping by today. Please leave any comments about any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And please check the bell if you'd like to be notified when new videos are released.